I conducted an online survey asking gender, age, what genres you like, and what you thought of my film concept. Through this piece of audience feedback, I learnt my target audience. My target audience was a vital piece of information because then I knew who to aim for and who to get feedback from in the future. In the first rough cut for my film, the woman finds the note wearing a purple dress. However, she is then seen kissing the man moments later in a dark blue dress. Our audience feedback recommended us to reshoot the finding of the note scene, as the continuity is poor and therefore makes the story confusing. Another issue that was raised was the soundtrack we hear when the woman gets ready for work. We were told the music did not fit, so we changed it by making it more sad and mellow. For my audience feedback for my poster, I wanted to find out if the poster I had constructed appealed to my target audience. By doing this, I conducted an online survey asking questions such as gender, age, what genre my poster connotates, and would you watch the film after seeing the poster? The results I received from this survey told me that my target audience found my poster appealing. I asked my media class to give me feedback on the general design of my poster and how they thought that the romance was represented.
I really like how you've manipulated the choose sign so it reads day by day, which is the title of your film. I think it's really clever because it links to the actual storyline and also connects to the tube, which is where the big focus is in your film. I like how the two characters are sitting outside underneath the sign and they're both wearing the same kind of clothes, which draws a parallel between them. I like the heart in the sky, it links to the love in the film.
I'm really quite impressed by how you've used the bright colours like the oranges, the blues and the reds to really connotate the love themes of the story.
I like the title of Day by Day within the tube sign. I think it says a lot about what's going to be in the film without giving too much away.
I like the way she's leaning away from him, which shows some possible antagonism or conflict, or presumably in the story they get together. I like the concept very much. I like the magic of the heart in the sky. It's a good quote from your daily magazine.
I think the stars are good. It's sort of quite obviously a romantic comedy, or at least a romance film, and I like the tube sign kind of change.
I showed my media class a copy of my review page and asked them to outline what they thought I need to improve and what their key thoughts were and immediate reactions.
I like how you use the train as the background because it fits in with the whole idea of the film, and that's clearly identifiable by the yellow line at the bottom of the train track. I like the colours, the whole tube sign theme.
I think it's an interesting way of doing a review page because you have lots of pictures and they're all quite good, relevant pictures. So you get a lot, you learn a lot about the film in that way.
I love that photograph of Louise. It makes me really interested to go and see the film. What's she looking at? What's her character? She looks very kind of intelligent and interesting. She's reading Wuthering Heights. It's clearly a romance.
I really like the blue on white at the heading of your review page. It kind of connotes the tube as well as the yellow line at the bottom, which is obviously a tube convention.
I like the pictures, the variation of pictures.
I think the Mind the Gap title does confuse the audience as to what the title of the actual film is.
I'm not sure what the film's called from that review page.
Some people were confused about the heading of my review page as the actual title of my film was unclear. To fix this, I enlarged the font and placed a black box behind it.
I would say the font towards the bottom gets a little bit difficult to read as it goes over the red.
I think that the way that you've laid out the text is interesting, but it doesn't really follow typical conventions of feature pages, and there's no columns defining it, so I would think about that.
To follow more typical conventions of a magazine review page, I changed the layout of the text. I also put a black box around the text to prevent it being difficult to read.
It doesn't look very much like a review page.
There could also be page numbers as if it was in a real magazine.
In order to make my review page look more like a real Medium model, I added page numbers, picture captions, and a final verdict. Based on my audience feedback, this was my final review page.